And I'm back. And I'm back with a short live stream. This is not going to last long, which is, and the reasons for that. But I'm also doing two live streams because I don't normally do one on Friday, and a lot of, well, I won't say a lot, but a fair amount of new Raider news has come down the pipe. So, but I wanted to talk more about what came out of the JPA meeting that was most important, not the chatter, because the chatter, I have to tell you, wasn't complete. What I mean by that is, frankly, as I understand it, the presentation that the JPA executive director gave, while good, didn't inform the JPA of for example, the Raiders had a finite amount of time by law, Nevada law, to get all their stadium documents done May 16th of 2018, and they were not informed, the JPA members, of the bond issue problems. So they don't know that, hey, UNLV can take over the project. They didn't know that, all right? Now, before I continue, I want to thank those people who were kind enough to watch and participate in my interview with Lauren Malacqua, the director of American Jedi. That's right, a Star Wars documentary. Well, a documentary about Star Wars fans who've taken their fandom to a unique place. They are practicing Jedi Knights who even do telekinesis. I'm not kidding you, okay? Anyway, but thank you all. Thank you, Octavio. Thank you, John Marks. Thank you, everyone, Barry Lee, who came in and, hey, thank you very much. It meant a lot to me to have everybody check that out as they did, all right? Now, here is the deal, all right? Here is the deal. I've been informed by a source that what came out of today's meeting is that the Oakland Raiders are expected to sign a Coliseum JPA stadium lease extension to 2020. Okay, so this season, next season, 2018, and the way it works is this: 2018 and 2019 are certain. Absolutely certain, all right? And 2018, 19, and 20 are certain. 21, maybe. They don't think, the JPA doesn't think the whole Vegas thing is going to happen, but the Raiders do, and so therein lay the groundwork for the discussions, right? Now, Octavio asked, how soon? Octavio is one of our viewers, for those of you watching this as viewer on demand. Well, it won't be until February. And the thinking is that they want to give the Raiders time to get, the holidays done, as well as for a lot of the stadium details to flesh out in Vegas. The Raiders don't know how much this is going to cost. They don't know, what we talked about before. The financing, everything else. We don't know. The UNLV issue is still unsettled and undone. All of that, right? They don't know. So basically, on the other unknown is the cost of the lease. In other words, how much rent the Raiders are going to wind up paying. That's not known. So, but what they do know is they have a framework, a time framework that ends in 2020. That much is known. That much is known. And so that's the news. And that is the news. The Raiders are expected to sign the Coliseum JPA lease extension in 2020 by February. And that's it. And again, all they need, all that remains, they have everything else out of the way. They just don't know the price tag, the rent, what's going to be charged. That's all. But the Raiders will be here, well, hey, basically until their stadium is ready, if it ever is ready in Las Vegas. And I'll amend that. The Raiders will be here if their lease runs out in 2020 and they don't have a stadium ready. Well, hey, there'll be a new extension and like a 1-year season, 1-year extensions, and then if they require a new stadium in Oakland, maybe a whole new ball game there. Well, basically a continuation of the ball game that was started. Okay, I have to say I'm disappointed in the JPA, and the reason is that, and the city of Oakland, and the reason is that I can't really give away the specifics here, but I'll just say that if you want to start a sports team that's part of a league, and you give a pitch document to San Francisco and Oakland at the same time, San Francisco will get back to you a lot faster than Oakland. I mean, excuse me, light years faster, and that's all I can say. All right? But I am extremely disappointed in this continued lethargic government behavior that exists in the city of Oakland. I just have to say, and the county of Alameda, I just have to say that it extends to not having a plan or being aggressive enough to retain the Raiders, or having a plan that assists the Oakland A's in developing their ballpark wherever it is they want to develop it. The city of Oakland is completely out to lunch, and it acts like it doesn't want to work. Okay? It doesn't want to work. Anytime you have a city like San Francisco that can get back to you with meeting dates and times like that, that's what Joe Lacob was talking about. San Francisco responds. So you want to support Oakland, you want to be in Oakland, but then the city of Oakland, the government, acts like it doesn't want to deal with you. They don't give you any response. Let's set up this meeting at this time. Let's get together at that time. It's ridiculous, all right? It is absolutely ridiculous. John Marks asks, how can you light a fire under Oakland? You call the mayor's office. You call 238-3141 and leave a message, or say to the mayor, hey, you know what? You need to respond better to sports team owners who want to be in Oakland, and you need to respond within days, not weeks or months, days. You need to return phone calls. That's what you need to do. If you say, how do we light a fire? That helps. That helps. A phone call. I don't mean a tweet or some tag on social media, but I mean a phone call. Now, I'm not saying that tweets and tags on social media don't help. They do. But that good old-fashioned phone call in politics speaks volumes. Hey, think about the Capitol switchboard, okay? So it really means a lot. But I just can't tell you today, and I'm being deliberately cryptic about what led me to present that to you, but I'm telling you, the city of Oakland is really freaking messed up, man. It just is. And there's no excuse for it, okay? We're human beings, all right? Crawford says, Oakland residents don't boo, vote. Yep, T. Cooper. Hey, the champ is here. Says, it's called the city of Oakland doesn't want the Raiders in Oakland. Well, T. Cooper, it's more than that. Okay? It could be any sport. This is new information. It's not the Raiders. They're just freaking lazy. All right? Forget this stuff about, well, they just don't want the Raiders. They're just lazy. Is what it is. They're lazy. They don't want to work. I mean collectively, okay? It's not just, we don't want the Raiders. No, that's not it at all. They want, and I understand the Raiders to want them, but my point is, beyond the Raiders, Oakland doesn't want to respond effectively to anybody. You could have, let's say, women's roller derby or, special basketball league or esports or whatever, any concept, nothing. We don't have a sports commission. We don't care. We're lazy. When I say we, because I live in the city of Oakland, I love Oakland, but I'm here in Atlanta. Atlanta's not lazy. San Francisco's not lazy. Oakland is lazy. Oakland is lazy. I'll repeat it again. Oakland is lazy. Okay? Can that be changed? Yeah. But I'm telling you, Oakland loses a lot of sports business and the event business because of its abject laziness. All right? That's what's going on. That's really what's going on. It's not about, the Raiders don't help by not knowing how to build a stadium for themselves. Okay? But the city of Oakland is lazy. Period. All right? So, now, thank you, John Marks, for posting that, all right? And thank you. And so it's, whew, boy. As Sofa King says, Oakland government needs to be overhauled. Same people been in city council since I've been a child. It's not just the council, Sofa King. I'm not talking about the council, okay? Because look, Annie Campbell Washington in District 4 hasn't been there since you've been a child because she was elected in 2012. She's running for re-election now. 2014. I'm sorry, not 2012, 2014. All right? So, same with Ibaguian, who's running for re-election. And yet, I can say that they're part of the problem. And I'm saying it, they're part of the problem. I developed a thought that it doesn't matter who you put in that council chair, you get the same result. You get a big nothing burger. But it's not just the council. It's the staff, too. And the staff doesn't have enough cojones to say to the council, look, this is what's happening, and we're going to move the city in this direction. They are slow. All right? They're slow. Okay? And Crawford says, Oakland politicians need competition. New blood is needed. Yeah. And John Marks is right. Call anyway. Call anyway. Okay? Call anyway. Well, you the man, Rick Rice. So, call anyway. Joshua A.G. says, man, I wish Sacramento was an option. Look, under Kevin Johnson, Sacramento really kicked butt, didn't it? It's got a great new arena for the Kings. All right? And, hey, T. Cooper says, women's roller derby would be cool. Yes, quite cool. Quite cool. And, so what I'm saying is that Oakland really needs to sit back and say, okay, no, Oakland just needs to work. I'll put it this way. Oakland can retain the Raiders right now if it decided to do so. All it takes is a decision. Yeah, we're going to do it. Not half-butting around or anything else. Yeah, we're going to do it, okay? That's all it takes. Because it's sitting right there waiting for the city of Oakland. But right now, and I will say this, the Coliseum JPA does not represent the city of Oakland's problem. Scott McKibben has done a fantastic job. He's underfunded, okay? He has done a remarkable job of balancing the political heads that are the city of Oakland and the county of Alameda. He's done a wonderful job of that. He's done an incredible job of keeping the Raiders here. He has been and keeping us in the conversation. He's a true professional. Okay? So maybe some of you don't like certain decisions you think he made, but you have to remember he does answer to that board. Okay? He does. So there you go. Casper says, well said, Zenny. Unfortunately, this is a cultural thing which has plagued Oakland for decades upon decades. I wish we could turn things around like any private company would. I disagree with you. it is cultural, but it hasn't plagued Oakland for decades and decades. There was a time when we had people who responded. I mean, I'll give you specific examples. And you're going to say this sounds self-serving, but I don't care. When I was economic advisor to the mayor of Oakland, I worked to get Cirque du Soleil from San Francisco to Oakland in 1996. In the middle of my talks with Cirque du Soleil, I discovered that they were also being approached and talking to then Oakland City Council member Dick Spies. And so I called Dick's office. We joined forces. And we got Cirque du Soleil to come over. There's Celebration Oakland in 1992. There's the All-Star game that we've had. Both the NBA All-Star game, for example. But these instances I'm pointing out to you are, if you take the long vision, they're basically exceptions to the rule. The rule is Oakland doesn't do anything to bring sports events or to create sports events or non-sports events that make its residents, not just give its residents something to do, but also give small businesses in Oakland opportunities to make money. Really important, okay? So, T. Cooper says we can turn things around by voting. Crawford says Oakland needs politicians that are business-driven, but first and always sports and entertainment-driven. Sports are the lifeblood of Oakland, right? Sofa King says bring back Festival at the Lake. Yes, I completely agree. Sofa King. Absolutely, 100%. I agree, okay? John Mark says Major League Baseball All-Star Game in '87. That's right, yeah. And when I worked for Elihu, yeah. We had Celebration Oakland in 1992. We had the Baseball All-Star Game then. What Celebration Oakland? It was a kind of I call it a kit that formed a board of celebration called Celebration Oakland, and it had a roadmap, a kit of different events and signage and ways of marketing the city associated with a big event. Like we use Celebrate Oakland, not Celebration Oakland, Celebrate Oakland for the All-Star Game, I believe it was 1992. And we stopped doing that, okay? We stopped going after things. We wanted the world to see Oakland. That was the whole idea. That's how I came to be involved in trying to bring the Super Bowl to Oakland, all right? Jesus Reyes says, sorry to say Oakland is really lazy because I've seen some other cities, ballparks and coliseums. They have way better ballparks and coliseum because why can't they have MLB home run derby? Yeah. So, I mean, John Mark says, Mark Davis needs to understand Vegas doesn't work. Oakland is the best choice. Oakland is the best choice. But Oakland needs to act like it's the best choice. It can't just sit back and, be upset with the Raiders and hope that they get religion. I mean, the politicians are basically, they're angry and that this turned out a certain way and they're angry with the NFL and angry and angry and angry. Well, that anger doesn't help. And in business, as in life, you get rejected. The prettiest girl on the block that you wanted rejects you. But, you try again, you try to sell yourself and, make that other pitch. Don't stop once. Just make a pitch again. They don't look at life like that. But you have to sell. Okay, you have to sell. And you have to sell. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you because I've got to go to bed. And I got to wake up because I got an abbreviated day tomorrow and some things to do. But I wanted to share with you the main news is that the Oakland Raiders are expected to sign Coliseum JPA lease extension to 2020. That's the main news. The other news within that is that Oakland can retain the Raiders if Oakland works and if the politicians of Oakland get over their hurt feelings, they can do just fine. Okay, they can. And if they're not going to get over the hurt feelings, then stop sulking about it and file a lawsuit. Do something. Jesus says, by the way, this awesome live stream, and you should do more live streams like this. Thank you, Jesus. I will. And Thomas Beltran, thank you. And T. Cooper says, with everything going on now, there is a second chance. There is. There is. Just have to be aggressive and grab it. That's it. All right, folks. I'll see you all later. And I know this is going to be short. It's short, but you got the news. As John Marks says, you can bet your last money horror movies are the things you should watch all the time. Well, he didn't exactly say that. I'll see you guys. All right. I'll see you all. Marcellus, you said you thought they were going to just be until 2019. You thought they were gone. They're gone after 2019. Nope, 2020. Not 2019. 2020. So it's 2020. So there you go. All right. Love, peace, and soul. See you all later. All right. See ya. Good night. Good night, everybody. See ya. Now, let me tweet this out, by the way, and make sure that it gets out there. And, yeah. Hold on a second. Oops. Didn't make the, oh, boy. There it is. There that is. Raiders. Got it. All right. All right, everybody. See you later. Good night, everybody. See ya.